There's a sentence that I have in my head every day. This sentence is act now, think later. And I think a lot of first-time builder, they think too much about stuff. They spend days, weeks, months trying to just emphasize everything in their head and they don't do nothing. After weeks, after all this time wasted, they end up with zero product, zero result. So my advice is to act now, today, and think later. What's up, guys? Welcome to this new daily. My name is G and you are on my secondary channel, and I got a main channel called Code with Guillaume with 180k followers. How did I succeed to get so many followers? One day, 3 years ago, I decided to keep publishing videos after videos about learning how to code. And I applied to myself this act now, think later. I made videos after videos after videos, and I finally succeed to get this big audience. Does it mean that I became a millionaire and that I earn a lot of money? Not at all. But I succeed to create this successful YouTube channel, and since a long time I'm creating channels, and this is the most successful channel I ever did before. The difference here with Code with Guillaume is that I kept going. And I think this, you can apply this to whatever project you have. You need to keep going. And this is really hard. I'm sorry guys, there's a lot of wind. We are in south of France. My goal was to go next to a tree to don't get a lot of wind, but yeah, that's the game. It's very sunny, very cool. So you need to keep going, you need to produce, you need to not necessarily work 12 hours a day, because keep an eye on my channel, just subscribe on my channel, because I published a video about that. It's useless to work 12 hours a day, you gotta be efficient. That's two different things. But what you need to do is to just keep going on a project. Because if most of you wants to be an entrepreneur, you gotta know something. And it's the same if you want to be a painter, or if you want to be a writer, or a filmmaker, or whatever. You gotta focus at something for months, years, and probably decades before being good and producing something good. And this is totally normal, guys, because if there was a button called launch and earn money now, it would have no value. Everybody would be able to do it. It's exactly the same with AI right now. Everybody with AI think they can build $1 million company, which is not the case. There will be a successful rate really low. It's just an illusion, right? So it's exactly the same with building a product or building a company. You need to keep going, you need to keep selling, right? And that's the most difficult part, where 99% of people fail, actually, okay? But before that, a lot of you, they never act, they never try anything, and that's the goal of this video. It's to talk about the fact that if you want to do something, try to do it really fast and look at the result and iterate, okay? Start again. Sorry. So basically, let's take the example of a painter. A painter, if you want to be a painter but you never painted before, you gotta take like your canvas, and what I suggest you to do is not to spend 2 months on this canvas. Just try to paint in 2 hours, and in 2 hours you will see that you did a lot of shit that you were really bad. But what you gotta do after that is to start over on a new canvas and try to make it better, to paint better, etc, etc. You repeat this every 2 hours, okay? And at some point, probably in some weeks, probably in some months, you will have 1% better every day. And 1% better every day, that's what I'm doing. I am a CTO and I'm in the tech industry since 15 years. Okay? I've built more than 100 products online. 100. To be fair, I think it's 104. And I made money only with 3 and 4 of them who were really successful. I mean, really successful. To me, they were successful enough. All the others, zero. I even have a product that got 25,000 users on it, and I never succeed to monetize it. That's the game, guys. You gotta understand that it's not gonna come like that. What you see online on social media is most of the time fake. A lot of people are lying, or they just show numbers that are not correlated to the reality. They show you that they have 6 million on their bank account. It's actually 6 million in funding. It's not their own money. They can't go out this afternoon and buy an Aventador SVG if they want to, right? There's a lot of people that are lying because they want to flex, and they understood that what works on the web is to show, not to prove. All right, so you have to act now. You have to decide how you have to plan how you are going to win. I don't know how to say it in an easiest way, but you have to plan how to win. And I'm going to give you a method that I apply to me all the time. Because if I do those dailies, it's to provide you value, okay? I want to share my energy. I want to make videos, talk as long as I can and stuff. I try to do 10 minutes maximum every day because I have other stuff to do, obviously. But let me give you a plan to win, okay? This is my plan, and I win all the time. All right. If you want to do something, if you want to launch a new business online, okay, my plan is this. It's 4 steps. The first step is to check if there is a market for what you want to do. How do you check that? You don't need to do a business school or a business plan or whatever. The only thing that you need to do is to look up some numbers and to look up at your competitors, right? Take a look at your competitors. If you don't get competitors, don't do it. It means that there's no market. And you will need to create a market, educate the market, and only big corporation can do that, not you only. Okay? If you got competitors, just take a look what's their best product. And immediately you take their best product, and this is going to be your product. And you want to make it better. Buy the product, take a look at it. Look at the quality, look at the flows, and you try to make better quality, and you try to remove the flows, okay? Really, really important to do this first step. Second step, before creating this product, okay, we have a plan. We know the quality that we want to have. We know the flows that we want to remove. The second thing, before creating the product, okay, you don't do nothing so far. You plan in how much time you can do it, okay? And this time you divide it by 2. Crazy, right? Let's say that to create a website, to choose a logo, to choose a name, you would say, yeah, I need 2 hours. Most of the time in my bootcamp, when I say to people is, do it in 1. Do it in 1 hour, we don't care. Fast. You put a chronometer, and when it's over, that's done. You have a name, you have a logo, you have your website and stuff. To publish a website in 1 hour, I don't talk about a web application, obviously, but to publish a website under 1 hour is really easy. You pick an existing template, you go on WordPress, Framer, Webflow, whatever, and you publish the website. And you write the headline, the description, you put your logo, your name and stuff, period. After 1 hour, it's over. You lock the website. We're going to come back to it way later after. Even if there are mistakes or stuff, we don't care. That's the step 2, okay? Step 3. We didn't even start to create the product. Step 3. You make a list of people that you know they will buy your product or your potential customers. Make a list of at least 10 people. If you can't find 5 to 10 people, it's going to be really hard for you guys. You will have to go on social media, you will have to send emails, you have to ask your friends and stuff. This is probably where you should waste the most time because it's the most important. This will be your selling base. So you make a list of people, you call them and you tell them, do you want to try it at least? Do you want to buy it? Do you want to receive it tomorrow? Obviously, most of the time it's your friends or stuff or clients, they will say yes. Okay, you got it. You got your list of 10 person, you know where you go, you got a website. You can use the website to show it to them, by the way. You show the offer. All of that in less than 2 hours, of course. Once it's done, once you know that there are 5-10 people waiting for it, and you made a promise to them to give it to them the day after, you have the last step, which is to create the MVP. So what's an MVP? It's a minimum viable product. Whatever it's a shoes, whatever it's the plan of a house, whatever it's a SaaS, whatever product it is. I know there's a lot of people following me that are creating SaaS, but if you do e-commerce websites and you sell a real product instead of digital products, it's exactly the same. You make fake mock-ups of it, and if you make a SaaS, you make an MVP with maximum 2 to 3 screens and one feature, one functionality maximum. This functionality has to work, and obviously, if you're a good developer with experience and you iterated many times, you can code this feature in less than 2 hours. All right? Please do so. Do this plan in 4 steps to act now and think later. Once it's done, you give it to the user, and here comes another section of my talk. This section is about collecting the feedback of the user and finally trying to make it happen, make it sell, but it's going to be the topic of another daily. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed this daily, guys. Thank you so much for following me. Please subscribe. Act now and think later. Bye.